Everything was really quiet. It was just that buzzing, very loud buzzing noise in both my ears.
It just feels like I can't breathe. And I get really red and really sweaty. I just feel uncomfortable in my skin.
Pins and needles, my heart racing, short breaths, and then in my head, yeah, just negative thoughts or worried thoughts.
It was near the time of my college exams. I felt like I wasn't prepared enough. Feeling sick, panicky, dizzy, nauseous, and felt really weak. And everything seemed like a blur. The exam wasn't as difficult as I thought it would have been, and getting myself worked up over something so small, it just wasn't needed, really. On the day, I just had that mental thought that I was going to fail and my life was going to be ruined and everything. And but really, it wasn't that bad in the end when I went and just did it.
I think my anxiety is the root problem. I started drinking so I could socialize. People could just smell it off me how anxious I was, and I couldn't. It wasn't a secret, but I couldn't hide it. And then I started making so many friends when I was out that it seemed like a good thing for a very long time. But then it started like being unhealthy. Of like, if I was sad, I'd like just get a load of cans and just sit in my room alone and drink them. It was just very social. I'd never really have a panic attack at home alone. Like, I remember I was just like cripplingly shy in school. For me, my depression and my anxiety were mutually exclusive, so they just kind of like bounced off each other all the time. It wasn't really just anxiety that I had. I think I've more of a handle on it now. I can talk myself down and be like, look, you're just having a bad day, something like that. And I won't be at the point where I'm like sobbing on the ground anymore, like not in a long time. Well, I'm on medication, which really helps. And when I take that every day, I'm fine. A good few friends I can text, like if I'm stressing and they come see me. Like hanging out with people really helps.
16 close to 17, I'd say, was my first one. I was aware of it. I was aware that I felt not great, but I don't think I told my parents or anything yet, and I was, trying to deal with it on my own, in my own head. I felt very isolated and very alone. Like, sometimes I'd be like, my anxious thoughts would be, I'm wasting my life, or like I'm kind of useless. I'm not coming to my full potential or whatever. That it can feel very real to you, like the thoughts you're thinking, but they're very rarely rational. Like, that's why mindfulness is good, and it's really hard. Like I said, like, I've only recently gotten into that since I've come off all my medication. Now is when it works for me. Like, thoughts you're having, and kind of think, okay, I feel this way now, I might not feel this way later. You learn that it's really helpful, or like once you can acknowledge it, because it's not easy. It's not like switching on and off a tap.